Of course, they build prisons like we build elementary schools and high schools. And at the end of the day, they give more funding to those prison units than they give to our elementary and high schools. Our organization focuses on criminal justice reform education, a number of different issues. But at the end of the day, I've been an individual that have been incarcerated before. At the county level, didn't make it to the prison unit, thank God. But at the end of the day, I think that one of the things that we definitely have to understand is the bridge between the county and the actual prison unit system. Because there are a lot of people that are sitting in the county still pending charges, right? And at the end of the day, that feeds into the prison industrial complex as well. And I think sometimes people don't talk about people that sit in the county, right? We heard a story about our young brother who lost his life, Khalifa Broward, who sat inside of a county jail before wasn't even convicted, right? Was sitting there over 3 years, you know. As a person who sat in a county for 8 months because I could not afford at 20 years old a $50,000 bond, right? Which was 10% of that was $5,000. And coming from where I come from, don't nobody have $5,000 just sitting down and sitting around the corner, right? So they already know that incarcerated you get leads you to signing a paper, which leads you to a plea bargain, which leads you right into that prison industrial complex, right? And once you get in it, you can't get out of it because at the end of the day, you have federal, state, and local officials being influenced through policies, laws, legislation that yet lead to you being incarcerated. I just leave with this because I don't know where this conversation going. Think about the fact that everybody always, you see in this neighborhood, you see grocery stores, right? And these grocery stores influence the way that life goes on. Well, in those prison units, we have commissary companies that literally influence policies and keep people locked up, right? So you're thinking about the governor, but you're not looking at those people. You're not looking at. I always joke around. My grandmother. I was born to a mother that was 13 years old. So my grandmother raised me, and my grandmother used to always be a big. Every day it was the price is right, buy a bottle, right? Well, at the end of the day, for most people that have been incarcerated, the price is right because we didn't know why he was sitting on the TV. He was building and creating beds and hygiene kits and literally was the largest vendor for prison systems in this, right? So, but we didn't know it, but the price was right? And at the end of the day, that's the reason why this system yet grows. I saw a statistic that our prison population is the 4th largest city in this country. That's just a lot about that, right? And of course, it's just getting bigger. It's just getting bigger. So I'll pass it on to you, Ms. Shepherd.
Hello. My name is Jay. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm an organizer with Action St. Louis. Action St. Louis works to build political power for Black folks in St. Louis. I work primarily on the Close the Workhouse campaign. Yes. The Close the Workhouse campaign is 3 organizations: Action St. Louis, Art City Defenders, and the Bill Project, which all work to close the medium security prison on Hall Street, known for its hellish conditions. I spend a lot of time every day talking to folks. I canvass like 20 hours of my week talking to folks about the workhouse, trying to get support to close the workhouse. This campaign is really a movement to reinvest or reimagine in what public safety really looks like, to divest from this arrest and incarcerate model and invest actually into community resources, actually into things that make people safe, investing into education, investing into healthcare, investing into food, shelter. Because those are the things that we find when I canvass and I ask people, what can we do with that $16 million that the mayor approves of the budget, and what can we use that for? And all the people are like, You know, we should put that into housing. We should put that into education, because that's what actually makes us feel safe. Yeah, so our campaign is, always trying to grow it. Like I said, I spend 20 hours of my week knocking on doors, trying to convince all the people in that ward, trying to move them. I would mainly focus on the black wards right now. 30 seconds left. All right, I'm gonna pass this on. Thank you.
Yeah, just thank you to both of you for just always just doing the work. I mean, absolutely doing the work, not just showing up to do panels, but actually do the work. So we're gonna pass it on this way.
Hello. My name is Charlie Gentry. I'm a leader with MCU. At MCU, we work on numerous projects. Most of you have heard of Break the School Pipeline. I started off with the Juvenile Justice Task Force, and now we have just launched Expo, which is originated in Wisconsin, and we're bringing it to Missouri. It focuses on unlocking the vote, where there's 90,000 formerly incarcerated people that's currently on probation and parole, to get them the ability to vote. I'm in this work because myself, and my family, I've experienced it all, from poor decisions to just sometimes being a victim of circumstances and not knowing what to do and making the wrong choices after that. I mean, there's just so much. I remember a lot of times when I was incarcerated, there's a few members in here that have been incarcerated with me, but I will refer to just look at your neighbor down the hallway. And even though a lot of times we get a lot of attention for people of color, but there is a lot of people right now that's incarcerated and they're losing hope. They're losing hope with the system. They don't believe that no one's out there fighting for us. And that is one of the things that I think Expo can do. By uniting us, giving us a voice, partnering with people, partnering with already going organizations, elected officials like Ms. Bush. Speaking into existence.
November 3rd, 2020.
Those things will build a nucleus of power here in St. Louis, and can get some legislation changed. And if anybody wants to be involved, we are open and willing, and we are ready to fight.
That's right.
I'm Reverend Deidre Baker. I'm an organizer with Metropolitan Congregations United, organizing Break the Pipeline. The pipeline is the decriminalization of Black youth in education and policing and in juvenile courts, and ultimately to end the school to prison pipeline in Missouri. I think you guys have already heard why education is critical. We're pushing kids out in the front end and then feeding them through the juvenile justice system to the prison system. And so we kind of got to work from the front to the end. But I want to say a couple of things about the frame of the work. One, it breaks my heart as a family member of a formerly incarcerated person that we believe, it's not that I don't think people made bad decisions or personal choices, but we have to understand our community has been designed to feed and create the system. And so I'm not trying to advocate anybody to take personal responsibility, but I don't want y'all to wear that too heavy because our community has been designed to create what is created. People are not just violent because they're Black, or they're just violent because they don't have any morals. People are violent because they have very few options and they're doing the best that they can. And so I just want us to be clear about this thing. And as one of the ministers in the room, that I would say that God would have us to make sure that we remember the Imago Dei, the image of God in each person, and it never gets erased, and it's always valuable. and we have to keep on that. And so just about the work MCU is varied, but around Expo is to build the long-term, long-haul power of formerly incarcerated people. Right, so we have a campaign right now running Unlock the Military Store, moving rights to 90,000 folks on probation and parole. But that's not really the end game. None of the campaigns are the end game. The end game is to make sure that those 70 million people who are incarcerated have voice and have power in the community, and we have to build that brick by brick, day by day, door by door, phone call by phone call, so that we can get the sister and others elected, that we, from our local elections to our state elections, that we are in power and that formerly incarcerated people and their families have a voice in the work and the movement. And that's what Expo is about. That's what MCU is trying to support and bring. And not just the adults, but the youth, the incarcerated juveniles, who are a part of this, who, when they leave juvenile, don't have anywhere to go in these streets either. And so making sure that youth and young adults are a part of the mass incarceration conversation.
How y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. I am Bruce Franks Jr., former state rep. Still a superhero though. So I don't even know where to start. But what I will say is hearing those stories, right? And I might go a little bit over 2 minutes. I'm just gonna tell you now. Hearing those stories touched me because as a state representative, I spent 75% of my time not only answering back to those who are incarcerated, but as Vicki knows and as Janice knows, that when you're a state representative, we got a unique privilege, right? We get to go inside any Missouri Department of Correction, no questions asked. Right. We don't have to set up a visitor form or none of that. We just show up. So I made it my business to go every single week, whether it was in Jeff City, whether it was Algoa, whether it was Tipton. I would drive and I would just go and meet random folks who wrote me letters, because we get a lot of letters. I was on the corrections committee. I was on the special committee to investigate corrections. We are part of the reason why we got the old director out of there, got the new director in there. She needs some work, but she's done some good things too. When you talk about the voting privileges, I presented a bill last year that would restore voting rights for folks as soon as they got out, which almost had folks on the committee. I think a lot of these things that can be fixed through your state legislators, right? But when we get to talking to everybody, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know a couple little secrets that's gonna help y'all organize and kick their ass. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna listen to you once you organize the people in their community, because they need your vote, right? It only take 1,000-some votes in any given districts to get a state representative elected. So if you organize a couple hundred of those people, that's a big dent out of that voting block, right? So it's all good. I'm here.